guys, it's Clash of Destiny here, and I'm doing a League of Legends guide on Riven, the Exile. Riven is a very highly mobile champion. Um, she can dash in and out of combat using her abilities. Additionally, she has a free Sheen as her passive. Riven's passive is Runic Blade. Riven's abilities charge her blade, causing her basic attacks to deal bonus physical damage. Riven's blade may be charged up to 3 times and expands when charged per attack. Alright, so basically self-explanatory. As I said, it's like a free Sheen. Um, um, Basically, it's really good because this passive scales off of your attack damage. So, well, other than the attack damage, it also scales on what level you are. So the higher level you are, you will get the more boost you'll get. Um, Other than that, you should remember that it's always important to attack between your spell casts because you will do more damage that way. All of her abilities give her one charge, except for her Q, which gives her 3 charge because you can activate it 3 times. Riven's Q, my bad. Riven's Q is Broken Wings. Riven lashes out in a series of strikes. This ability can be reactivated 3 times in a short time frame within the third, knocking back nearby enemies. Now, the first use and the second use are generally the same. They're just, a normal attack. And then you also gain that passive charge for the two of them. And then the third one is actually pretty cool, which that makes her leap into the air, and then she hits the ground, which knockbacks the enemy really slightly. It's not that like big of a knockback. So, and depending on where it's hit, they'll be knocked back either. So, like basically, what you want to do with the Q is sort of knock back them into the wall because how the game works, the mechanics, you can actually stun them for a really brief duration because they're hit to the wall, and they won't be able to move. Also remember that Riven's, like the Broken Wings, it will target the unit your cursor is hovering over, and if you're not like hovering over a unit, she will basically slash forward to whichever direction she's facing. So it's basically like a vein tumble, if you know how that works. So remember, if you're trying to use this to escape, you don't really want to use it on your, like, have your cursor over your enemies, because, you'll dash towards them instead of away from them. Riven's W is Key Burst. Riven emits a Key Burst, damaging and stunning nearby enemies. The stun is really short. It's 0.5 seconds, but it's really useful. It's really good for that utility. Again, it scales off of AD, and that's it basically. It stuns them for 0.5 seconds, and basically what you want to do is rank up the W first, and then the Q, and then the E, depending. Well, basically, it's really situational when you want to rank up your Q. If your lane opponent is not like a huge harasser, then you should rank Q first because you want to generally harass them out of the lane. But if your like lane opponent is, let's say, Gangplank or Tryndamere, which they're really annoying to lane against because of damage that they can do, especially Gangplank because he does damage over time because of his passive, and Tryndamere because he can crit. You may want to rank her E up, which is Veiler. Like I said, Riven's E is Veiler. Riven steps forward in a short distance, blocking incoming damage. Again, skills off of AD. The damage, if the shield is still, like, if you do not take the full amount of damage, the shield will be up for 2.5 seconds. And it also dashes towards your cursor. Remember that this dash is really small, so you can't really use it to go through walls. Riven's ultimate is really unique because it has an active which you activate when you press the R, and then it has a passive, and then also another active, which I'll get to in a second. Um, Riven's ultimate is called Blade of the Exile. Riven empowers her keepsake weapon with energy and gains attack damage and range. Additionally, during this time, she gains the ability to use Wind Slash once, a powerful ranged attack. Um, so let's talk about the passive first. The passive lasts for 15 seconds, gives you 20% more attack damage, and then basically what it said before, the damage or the range of all your spells and attacks. But then the active Wind Slash, Riven basically shoots this sort of shockwave thing, which goes through enemies and does damage depending on how much health they're missing. It's basically sort of like a Garen ultimate, but it's in a cone. So it has a really good generous range. So you can actually use this to snipe people who are far away. For masteries, I grab 2190, basically focusing on all the basic AD masteries, and then grabbing magic resistance, armor, and health regen in defense. Because she doesn't use mana, obviously you don't want to go into any of the mana utility, like any of the mana masteries from the utility tree. You can grab good hands and increase movement speed, well, swiftness, and possibly runic affinity. But if you're jungling, possibly, or if you just want to get the extra buff percentage, that's fine too. But other than that, I would recommend grabbing 2190. Also, for summoner spells, I grab Flash and Teleport. Um, why do I do this? Because because I'm on top, and if, for example, let's say my team or the enemy team starts a dragon, and and everybody on my team is there, and let's say, and everybody on their team is there except for me. Um, I want to be able to get into that fight and possibly do some damage. So that basically allows me to be both farming at top and not being worried about team fights, of not getting into team fights and my team losing team fights because I'm not there. Because I can just teleport into any of the wards that the support or anybody else puts down. So that's why I grab Flash and Teleport. For runes, I grab physical damage, or well, basically flat AD reds, armor yellows, and magic resistance per level blues, and also armor penetration quints. Um, what you can do is you can switch the you can switch the armor penetration and the flat attack damage um, around and have flat AD quints and armor penetration reds. Um, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you do gain a little bit less. Actually, yeah, you gain a little bit less um, armor penetration from quints than you do with full on 1.66% armor penetration. So remember that if you can switch the runes. It's basically based on your choice. So remember that. Alright, so let's just get into a game right here. As you can see, I'm playing Riven up top against an Irelia. She is one of those annoying champions to face up top. I did mention Gangplank and Tryndamere, but Irelia is also one that is pretty annoying. So level 2 here, and we're both level 2. It's normal basically, and then so basically what you want to do against Irelia is trade hits. Don't let her harass you too much because you will fall behind because of her epic sustain. So here she pops her stun, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to initiate on this because she can possibly flash or something. And then accidentally she just, comes in and I get first blood off her really simply. That was a mistake on her part, giving me that first blood. Alright, so this next clip is like right after this. I just skipped the part from me going back to base. I picked up a longsword to and longsword and boots for that early Wriggles. So here, as I show you, like I said, you do want to trade hits with her. If you don't, you will fall behind. But if you harass her really early, she will fall behind and will probably not be able to actually recover really well. As you can see how low she got. Here, it's me being stupid. I should have warded, and I know like my teammate didn't call MIA, but seriously, even if they don't call MIA, you should also have some map awareness. And I also burned my teleport for no reason. But thankfully, my team is pretty awesome, and they pick off 2 kills. The Corky picks off 2 kills on the Ashe and the Sona here, getting a double kill, which in my opinion is a fair trade. It's better for us than that it is for them. I mean, they did get a kill and 2 assists or something. I think it's 1 kill and 1 assist, but whatever. 2 kills, Corky gets, and that was good. Alright, so back in the lane, and here I want to show you how not to use your ultimate. I know, like I said before, you want to use it when you're going to jump into a fight. You don't want to use it too late, because you won't be able to use that extra 20% awesome steroid that you get. And here I pop it really late. She exhausts me. I'm not even able to do that much damage because of the exhaust. If I activated a little bit earlier, I could have easily killed her, as you can see how low she got. And that was just a bad mistake on my part. I should have activated a little bit earlier. So do remember, if you're actually going to engage into a fight, activate your ultimate earlier, because you're going to get that AD steroid, which will help a lot, even if it doesn't seem like it. So in this clip, I'm level 17. I'm higher than most of their team, except for the Irelia, obviously, because she was also top. I can see that my team got initiated on, so I jump into the fight a little bit late, but I'm still able to pick off this Ashe. Not too bad. I do use my flash, but I'm able to get out of there alive without actually dying. But then I realized that our Soraka is getting like killed. Well, Irelia is basically trying to get her, and then I get baited by Sona into not going to help her. And if I did actually help her, Soraka probably might have survived, and we could have got a kill on Irelia because she was tower diving. But here, again, as much as mistakes that I make, their Sona makes the mistake of, I don't know what she's doing here. I kill her, pick off the oracles. I also pick off Lee Sin here. But I do end up dying because of the Irelia. Even though, look how low she gets again. Irelia is known for that sort of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, here let me talk about Baron. If an enemy team is getting Baron, you do not want to let them have Baron for free. Because if you let them have Baron for free, you're basically giving them a huge gold buff and this massive steroid of AP and AD, aside things that I'm not even actually saying, but there's more than that. But imagine that you're giving every champion on their team 300 gold. That's basically your whole team dying and getting aced. That's basically what you're doing, and that's terrible because they're going to pull out ahead, and you won't be able to fight them because of the Baron buff. The Baron buff gives them such an extra boost, and again, a bad mistake on their part. A good thing that we did by our jungler and everybody else who's there. I picked up this blue buff. I mean, I know I could have given it to Soraka or Corki, but they were nowhere near. And Mordekaiser, who was actually the closest to me, is also a manaless champion. So it doesn't really matter if I get the kill. I mean, if I get the buff or he does, because we're both manaless champions. It doesn't matter which one of us gets the blue buff. I mean, Mordekaiser could potentially have a better use of it. I don't know. I mean, whatever. I just got it for that cooldown reduction. And then I notice here that Irelia is initiating on our team. And I was going to jump into the fight. And then I realized, wait, they could all 4 or 5 of them can turn around and focus me. So then I realized, okay, well, time to actually get in here after the Shyvana initiates, stun Malzahar as he was ulting our Mord, and here I kill Sona as well, pick her off, kill that Oracles, and I get a Quadra. I could have gotten a Penta if I actually killed Lee Sin as well, but they end up surrendering. It doesn't matter. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below of any other champion that you would like to see. This is Clash, signing out. See ya.